Donald Trump has spent years chasing one thing that money cannot buy. This is Nobel Prize. He has been attempting and trying as hard as possible to get this year's Nobel Prize, but unfortunately this year also Nobel Committee in Oslo, Norway has decided to give this Nobel Prize to another individual. So in this particular video we are going to try and discuss in detail that what are the simple reasons, especially 10 simple reasons that Donald Trump was not able to win the Peace Prize as such. Now, if you try to understand, first of all, the first reason simply we can look at is that he was trying too hard right from the beginning when he became the President of the United States of America. Now, we have to understand that and talk about Nobel Prize, whether we're talking about any field, it is in the peace area of peace, physics, chemistry, biology, we have to understand that the prize is meant to recognize the work of individual. It is not a kind of prize that required lobbying or required convincing as such. Trump, on the other hand, has openly sought nominations from several world leaders such as Pakistan's Prime Minister, even India's Prime Minister, as well as many other leaders like Israel's Netanyahu also. Also, he pressured allies such as European Union countries to nominate him and encourage Nobel Committee to award Nobel Peace Prize to him as such. Now, in this particular context, we can see not only that he was asking for encouragement, but also he has hinted that Norway could face tariff sanction if country does not give him Nobel Peace Prize as such. This all was nothing but an example of desperation, and this desperation that was shown by Trump, to some extent we can understand, was the reason why his credibility was questioned by Nobel Committee. Second, the ground on which he was demanding Nobel Peace Prize was because of his foreign policy, where he claims that he has stopped not one or two, but 8 different wars taking place across the world, including India-Pakistan war, Israel-Palestine war, or even Russia-Ukraine war. However, Nobel Committee saw his step kind of against what you can call as international rules and order, because it was under his administration US pulled back from Paris Climate Accord, a very important accord as far as the climate change is concerned. He also pulled out US from the World Health Organizations as well as several key treaties. Not only that, he waged tariff war in a similar manner both with the competing countries, rival countries as well as allies, and he mocked multilateralism. Overall, it is believed that his foreign policy was not focused on cooperation, rather it was disruptive in nature, and because the Nobel Committee itself values fraternity, that is the qualities of brotherhood we can say, and not isolationism, obviously Trump did not fit into the criteria. Third factor we have to understand is obviously he seems to be obsessed with Obama, and many experts argue that one reason that why he wants Nobel Peace Prize so badly is because Barack Obama has won in his kitty. So in 2009, when Obama won Nobel Peace Prize, Trump saw this as a competition and used every peace effort to outdo Obama as such. Now, Nobel Committee avoids such kind of personal rivalries, and this pursuit looked petty, not principled as such. This can be the other reason. Now, also, if you try to understand, obviously he has made a lot of steps in the ensuring peace and progress in many different parts of the world, including Israel and Palestine. But overall, it is believed, or it seems that his peace is kind of a performance, his peace treaty is kind of performance, and he focused more on optics rather than the actual practical outcome as such. For example, we talk about Abraham Accords, which is very important in the Middle Eastern region, or talk about North Korea summit, where he tried to bridge a gap between US and North Korea, and also try to bring North Korea, South Korea together. We can understand that this was more of a dramatic situation, and it did not have any fruitful role to play in enhancement of bilateral relations between these countries. Overall, his focus was on creating headlines, not on sustainable change, and he also focused more on PR stunts, which did not create any lasting peace as such. Thus, Nobel Committee you talk about, it values process and persistence, not photo ops, and that is where also he seems to have failed. Now, before moving further and trying to understand other reasons, I'd want to bring your attention to the fact that Legacy Eyes Academy, we are going to soon launch batches for the weekday and weekend students. Week batches are going to start on 16th of October. Weekend batches are going to commence on 4th and 25th of October. Now, in this particular program, they ensure comprehensive coverage of GS paper, one-to-one mentorship and doubt-solving sessions, regular interaction with the educator, and as you know that the preparation of UPSC should be done in an integrated manner, we also emphasize daily mains answer writing practice. Not only that, students should be aware about their strengths and weaknesses, and for that, test series both for prelims and mains can play a very critical role. role. If you want to know more details about our course programs and feature, you can give a call to the number being displayed here. You can also click the link in the description box of this particular video. Now, coming back to the particular topic, his policy stance also seems to have undermined the global order, because during his early days of presidency, he has unequivocally attacked NATO. He also has attacked UN as an organization, and he has taken a lot of what you can call as steps to undermine the strong bilateral relationship that US has enjoyed till date with many countries such as Canada, when you have to talk about European Union and such. Or not only that, his authority seems to be more tilted toward empowering authoritarian leaders. For example, he has praised openly Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping, and even North Korea's Kim Jong-un. Now, as far as the Nobel Committee is concerned, we have to understand it came and it supported post-World War II order of collaboration, and thus the policy of Trump seems to be going against its principled stand. Also, if you try to look at Nobel Peace Committee, it try to look at the total legacy of any particular recipient, and the two major legacy that what we call as Trump can claim is Abraham Accord, and also at the same time it has not yielded any result as such, or has caused a massive destruction in the neighboring Middle Eastern region, such as neighboring regions of Gaza and all that. Second, also we have to understand that it was during his tenure he withdrew US from the Iran deal, that is Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, plus he flared up tension with China by waging a tariff war. Thus, overall, Nobel Committee evaluates contribution of the leader, not isolated wins as such, and overall the what you can call as the policy stance of Donald Trump contradicts and erodes any kind of moral case that you could have presented for the award as such. Now, also we have to look at the other angle, that there is a strong competition he had to face in this particular year. As we know that in this year, Nobel Peace Prize went to Maria Corina Machado, who is a Venezuelan dissident who has worked for the democratization of Venezuela in the country as such, and she has shown a high degree of courage, selflessness, and spirit of sacrifice. Not only that, she did not even wanted or has campaigned for the Nobel Peace Prize. It was simply based on pure conviction, and this is what Nobel Peace Committee looks in. On the other hand, if you compare, Trump's pursuit looked self-serving in comparison. He was hell-bent on getting the Nobel Peace Prize either by hook or by crook, and this all has played against him. Now, if you try to understand, he also has broken the unwritten code of the Nobel Prize, and that is Nobel Prize's humilities and moral gravitas both seems to be missing completely from Trump's overall policy as such. He also has mocked earlier winners. Most common example or simple example is of Barack Obama. He even called the Nobel Peace Prize giving process as rigged as such, and obviously he tried to disrespect the Nobel Prize Committee, and obviously Nobel Committee understood it, and they also have sent a clear message that they will not reward any kind of disrespect or tantrums that Donald Trump has thrown. The deeper lesson here we have to understand is Nobel celebrates empathy, cooperation, and humanity, and Trump's nationalism, especially protectionist policy that he has adopted in the sphere of economic trade, contradicts these ideals. Nobel, on the other hand, we have to understand is not a mirror, it is a moral compass, and until Trump's policies align with this moral compass, align with peace, the medal will stay out of reach, not only in this year but even in the successive years. That is all about this particular video. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with aspirants, and subscribe to the channel for more such content. Thank you very much.